When I was 26 years old, I was forced to choose between my goals and my dreams and the woman that I loved. I've never told this story to anybody, but today I'm going to share it with you at the end of the video because unfortunately, this is a story that you need to hear because unfortunately, a lot of us men get trapped in our lives, whether or not it's because of somebody else's expectations of us and what we should do, or it's our own. And this is a choice that you should never, ever have to make as a man. And today, I'm also going to share with you a few other things that you should never do as a man in your life. Because if you do, unfortunately, you will never truly live a happy, fulfilled, amazing existence. Number one is never let anybody make you feel like you're not as good as they are. It doesn't matter if they got a lot of money. It doesn't matter if they drive a nicer car than you. Having a lot of money doesn't mean high value, gentlemen. That is something that I have come to understand. What does mean high value, what does mean you're amazing, is the fact that you've got integrity. You've got a good moral compass. You're not going to bend over and let life give you the business. You are never going to be somebody's bitch. Never settle for mediocrity for yourself or your friends, which brings me to the next thing you should never do as a man. Surround yourself or hang out with losers, right? This includes your significant other, your girlfriend, your wife, your boyfriend, whatever, right? If you're hanging out with people that aren't good in terms of their character, their moral compass, they don't have integrity, gentlemen, get the hell away from them. If they're too busy doing drugs, hanging out, being losers, get the hell away from them. You need to understand that if you truly want to achieve greatness, you've got to surround yourself with great ass people. The next thing we got to talk about is perfect timing. It doesn't exist, so you shouldn't be waiting for it. If you want something, whether or not it's a better girlfriend, a better boyfriend, to make more money, to start investing, to hang out with better people, or to drop one of these, gotta throw it in there because I think you should and it's appropriate. Thank you. Anyway, now is the time. Gentlemen, if you sit around and wait because you've been waiting for so long, right? You think it's going to finally magically appear? You think automatically you're going to be like inspired to start that business or to do what you need to do or start that side hustle? Now is the time, which brings me to the next thing you should never do as a man. Wait for a handout. Nobody's going to knock on your door and give you something for free. The things that you earn, these are the things that you cherish. These are the things that are the most valuable to you. And I can promise you from experience, the harder you have to work for something, the more you're going to enjoy it and the better it will be. Brings me to the next thing you should never do as a man, and that is not ask for help when you need it. And this can go for anything, but more specifically, for me, it meant therapy, right? I was having a difficult time getting over some of the issues that I had from my childhood, not to mention past relationships. I was carrying around all this weight, all this baggage, and it was preventing me from truly being happy. It also prevented me from speaking up and standing up for myself. I lost all self-esteem and respect for myself. And I decided to do something about it, and so I went to therapy. Guys, therapy is an amazing resource and gift. Therapists, their job is to help you, right? It's an unbiased perspective. It allows you to basically get somebody else's opinion of you or the situation or what's going on and give you actionable ways for you to improve or to deal with your shit. Gentlemen, BetterHelp, they are today's video sponsor, all right? And the thing that I love so much about them, not only are they worldwide, which I think is amazing because sometimes, depending on where you live, finding a therapist like in your area that specializes in what you may need can be tough. But with BetterHelp, they've got a network of over 30,000 licensed therapists, which means they can match you with a licensed therapist that has been trained to listen, to help, and to give you advice, basically through that unbiased third-party perspective that is so incredibly valuable. You know, think of it like this, right? You work out because you want to be healthy, right? You want to look good, you want a sexy body, right? You go to the gym, you eat right. Well, therapy, it's the thing that you do for your brain and your mind and your mental health to be healthy and physically fit. Gentlemen, the other cool thing about BetterHelp, it's kind of like therapy as you want it, right? Because I know that therapy can be a little bit intimidating because sitting down in front of somebody in the room is a little bit hard sometimes, right? I know because that's the therapy that I started doing when I was young, right? But with BetterHelp, you can basically do it any way you want. Because it's online, you can do it through phone calls, you can do it through video chat, or you can even like message, right? Whatever way is most comfortable for you, that's the way you can do it. Getting started, guys, is super simple. I'm going to link down below to betterhelp.com/alpha-m. I'll tell you why that link is special in a little bit, but you go through there and you basically answer a few questions, right? The questions are designed to help match you with the best therapist. And then you're oftentimes going to get matched in as little as 48 hours. And then you're going to be able to schedule your session, right? Anytime it's convenient for you. And the other cool thing that I love so much about BetterHelp is that they allow you to change therapists for free, because from experience, I can tell you therapy is a lot like dating, right? Sometimes you nail it on the first try, but sometimes you might have to to date a few different people to find that perfect person. Well, BetterHelp allows you to change therapists at no additional cost, which means you don't have to call your insurance to see if somebody else is in your network. No, none of that with BetterHelp. Guys, if you think therapy could benefit you, I've got that special link down below this video. It's betterhelp.com/alpha-m. You're going to get 10% off your first month of therapy if you go through my link. Guys, bottom line is this. If you're somebody that is truly ready to take control of your future and your happiness, hit the link. Like I said, all right, therapy is much like fitness for your body, but it's for your brain. It helps you deal with issues. It helps you deal with stress. It helps you get healthy, and it helps you get happy. The next thing you should never do as a man is never be embarrassed of things you can change. And this includes your physical appearance. It includes your financial well-being. It includes anything, right? If you're embarrassed about something, this means you're insecure. And if you can change it, if you can fix it, if you can take actionable steps in order to deal with it, modify it, change it for the better, do it. Change it. If there's something that bothers you and you can fix it, fix it. If there's something that you can't fix, then you gotta say fuck it. Learn to say F it, gentlemen, because there's some things that you can't change. And you know what? The more time you think about, oh, how can I fix it? Or, oh my gosh, I'm so insecure, the less of an amazing life you're gonna live. Which brings me to something else. You gotta understand that the only person you can control in this world is you. You gotta stop trying to fix, you gotta stop trying to change, you gotta stop worrying about things that you can't do anything about. Gentlemen, I'm telling you, the sooner you understand that, the sooner you're gonna let things go and the sooner you're gonna be happy. Now, let me tell you the story. So I was 26 years old and I was dating this woman that I really liked, right? We were dating for about 2 years and I knew that she wanted to go to medical school. And I knew that she was applying, right? She was applying, out of state, she was applying in state. And this was the point in my life when I was starting to get my fitness center, situated. I'd met my business partner, we were getting everything pumped, and this was my only dream from the age of 12 years old. I've mentioned that before. And I was really into this girl though. And one day she comes to me and I was dreading it. I knew that this day was gonna come. And she said, hey, great news. I said, what's that? She goes, I got into medical school. I said, congratulations. That's amazing. And I was super pumped up as I was excited. I was like, yeah, let's go out and celebrate. And she goes, but now I've got to ask you a question. And I was like, okay, well, what is it? She said, will you move with me? So what do you mean? She goes, well, I'm going to be in school and then I'm going to have to do residency and I don't want to be without you. And for our relationship to continue, you need to move with me. And I said, but I'm just getting ready to start this business and this is my dream. And she goes, I know, but this is my dream. You've got to choose. It was at this moment that I knew that I had to make a very hard decision that was going to impact the rest of my life. And I did. I told her, I'm sorry, but I can't move with you. And that day, we broke up. It was over. And as you guys know that have gone through a breakup, it's painful. It sucks. It's horrible. And I felt like an asshole. And I felt like I was ruining this girl's life and all that stuff. But I wasn't going to allow her to dictate my happiness and my future. And I knew that if I went with her, if I gave this up, I would resent her for the rest of my life. Gentlemen, never allow somebody else to dictate your happiness or your future. They should never, ever make you have to choose. Compromise? Yes, you should have to compromise. You will have to compromise to have a happy relationship, but a compromise doesn't mean yes or no. It doesn't mean do this or do that. It means let's figure out a better way or a way that we both can be happy and fulfilled and satisfied. She wasn't able to do that, and I wasn't willing to compromise my integrity and my goals for her. Has it worked out? Yeah, I met the woman of my dreams, my wife, and she's done whatever she needs to do, right? But the fact is, gentlemen, you are amazing, and you should never, ever, ever compromise your integrity or your goals for a piece of ass.